What's good? Welcome back to Moon or Dust, episode 18. I'm not seeing it streaming on my Twitter. Let me.
Same, actually. I was just noticing that. That was
No, wait, I
just
do. Okay, wait. I see it on the side. I just don't see it on my page. That's really weird.
all right.
Here
Here
we
we
go. I
go.
got it. What's
Let
good,
me
everybody?
fix that.
Welcome back to another episode of Moon or Dust, where we recap everything that happened in the market this week, discuss all the alpha, what's happening next week, and so on. Ash, how you doing, sir? How you feeling about this last week? The week before was really boring. We were bored. How you feel this week?
I'm still pretty bored. I'm also, dude, I'm so tired. I was talking about this like the other day that it feels like you're seeing like a lot of like market fatigue. You're seeing like a lot of burnout. I feel like people are kind of just like, let's just get this show on the road. And I know that there's like, I mean, I'm personally very like I'm sitting on my computer 24/7 and I'm trying to wag me and I'm just waiting for things to go crazy. When do you think things go crazy?
I saw a few posts. I saw one from GCR or something. Wab here. Let me pull it up. Wab and Wizard of Soha had some comments on it. Here, I got it here. Let me share my screen. Share screen.
Fired up. Let's go.
Is it this one? I hope I don't share my. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I saw him sharing, and he's saying like the top is in. I don't know if these pictures are real there, but saying like the top is in for ETH and Solana. I know you guys can't see anything, but yeah, the top is in, and like, yeah, I don't know. I don't. And then I saw Wizard of Soho replied to it here. Boom. He replied to it saying like we're not going to get any pumps until September, I think is what he said. I don't know, dude. I don't buy this here. I think it's I don't know. I don't know where to find it. Whatever.
I saw that tweet. So basically what he was saying is that like last cycle was fueled by like the perfect storm for us. Like there was like all that money that was injected into the economy, like the interest rates were super low, like that was it, right?
Yeah, which I don't disagree. He's completely right. We need the printers to be turned back on. We need money to be flowing. Like, why did a lot of people get into crypto and NFTs? It's because they were getting checks from the government. Money was being thrown around. They felt richer and they wanted to gamble a little bit. And we had the I don't want to get striked on YouTube. So we had something that happened that made us all stay home. So everybody was at their computers doing stuff. So that was like the perfect storm. But I don't know why until September. I know there's the whole elections thing, which that's also something that's very interesting. I don't know if you saw, I think it was in the Senate. They did a vote for like the SEC was trying to block banks from holding crypto or like holding crypto for us, I guess. And it got blocked. Their proposal from the SEC got blocked. So now it's becoming almost not favorable to be anti-crypto in government. And that's something else like we saw, remember, I think it was last week with Trump saying pretty much like, if you're pro-crypto, vote for me. And Biden and saying like, yeah, I'm not for crypto. He's going to try to block stuff. It's going to be really interesting for the election. So I think there's going to be it's going to be a very strong narrative. So a lot of people are going to be interested in it. But yeah, I don't see us, I do think we could trade sideways, but from what I'm seeing with a lot of the institutions and BlackRock and all the ETFs, like the ETFs have kicked off again. There's a lot of money flowing into them. There's some big funds getting in. BlackRock was buying this whole time while we were going down. So I think a lot of people are just thinking we're going down. Like I don't see them going anywhere. And I honestly think we're going to go up. I think Bitcoin is going to go up. We're going to break back into the 70s and then we're going to fire our way up towards 100K. So I'm not in this camp of like, we're going to lag for the next 4 months or whatever it is. But I do understand what he's saying with the inflows of money. And it's not the same cycle as 21. But 21, we also had this institutional narrative, which was fake. Now we actually have the institutions getting in.
Yeah, I think we go up too, but like where are all the new people? Like
That's the main issue. Yeah, retail's not here. If you look at the Bitcoin buying, it's all these institutions and BlackRock. It's not retail.
yeah. I think that's my thing. It's like, why is it that I guess it was because everyone was sitting on their computer, but like, why is it that last cycle, like Logan Paul and Gary Vee and like all those people were able to pump this so hard? Like everyone got into it. and then it's like, I guess people just stopped caring like this time.
But I think it also has to do with culture, and it should be stronger right now because right, everybody was doing it because you want to gamble and you want to get rich very quickly. And if you think about right now, things are worse off than, at least in Canada, things are way worse off than they were in 21. Like our Canada's going completely downhill, and it's getting worse and worse every day. Prices are getting expensive, so I think a lot of people are struggling, and they don't feel like their traditional job is going to get them there, so they want to gamble. So wouldn't one of the ways of gambling being to get into crypto? They see it as like their moonshot at getting rich, putting in $100 into a meme coin and making $12 million.
Yeah. I feel like the difference is that I feel like things got so much worse over the past couple years. Like I feel like people still had like some kind of money. Like obviously there were like checks coming in and whatever. But like I just feel like these days, from what I hear and from inflation, like I feel like people are struggling a lot more. Like I feel like we're dealing with the consequences of that 2021 mania now.
Bill Addison, people are broke. Yeah, I guess a lot of the people from last cycle got wrecked, right? So it's like, why would they come back until they really like? Did any of your friends ask you about any of these meme coins and stuff in the
No.
past like couple months? Yeah, same. I had
No.
one who brought it up, but the ones who usually message me like, "Hey, what's going on with Pepe or whatever?" None of them messaged me about any of these coins or about runes or any of that. So
Ruins.
no, it's actually runes.
Ruins.
You're saying it bad now. See how confusing it is?
No,
I
it's
got
not confusing. It's just runes, actually.
you know what? We won't get
Anyway,
into it. You guys need to understand things are so inflated right now and people have no money to even buy groceries. Yeah, I agree. But I do think the government's going to turn the money printers back on. Like, what's their plan right now? Dude, in Canada, they're straight ruining the dollar. I'm seeing posts now that one loonie, which is a Canadian dollar, is going to be worth 50 cents American. Right now, it's worth like 70 something cents.
a loony.
Yeah, loonie and a toonie. That's our $2. Because we have coins, we don't have a $1 bill.
Dude,
Uh,
your whole country's like a cartoon.
it definitely is, dude. It
What is
definitely
going
is.
on?
But I think things are going to get worse, and I think the goal is they're eventually going to try to introduce CBDCs to control the money supply even more and control what we do with our money. And yeah, it's just going to get. And then they're to get us to accept it, they're going to give UBI. This is like tinfoil hat, obviously, but I think they're going to give everybody a universal basic income. Like, hey, we know you guys can't afford anything. Here's a little bit of money that we're just going to print out of thin air, and people believe it. I appreciate the plug, JB. He's shilling my referral code for Avalon. You know, it'd be a good strat if he put his own code, but he wouldn't do that. Their questing system went live. But anyways, let's get into CBDC's bad news. Yeah, but I think it's a natural evolution. That's we're just going to see no matter what. Let's get into things though. I'm going to pull up some links. We had the return of Roaring Kitty, which I think a lot of people thought this would like. Here we go. You know, like it's gonna spark off. It's gonna spark off a whole new bull run, especially with the things he was posting. I'll get it on screen in just a second. I was just prepping some links. Let me. How do I do that? Oh yeah, boom. This one. Let's do this one since it's bigger. We had Roaring Kitty, who, if you guys remember him from, he was from the 21 cycle. You know, he was from the whole like buy, hold, and never sell. There was a movie made about him, Dumb Money. Basically, this guy's a streamer, and he posted this image of lock in. You know, he's locking in. And first of all, do you actually believe it's him running the account?
I don't know.
Because
I
he hasn't
there
streamed.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's impossible to know. So I kind of have no opinion on that. But one thing that is interesting to note is that he's basically posting like every what is it? Now he's posting a lot more, but before he was posting like every hour. Is he posting every 15 minutes?
I don't know, but I just find it weird. I feel like it can it just be him, and he has all what he prepped all this stuff to post. I wonder how many longs he had, by the way, on GME and on GameStop and AMC. These things went absolutely wild. Uh, if you got into GameStop, it was like at $17, and it shot all the way up to one morning was at $65, and then there was also AMC, which this one it did do pretty well as well, but it's actually holding higher than before he pumped it. That's what's funny. Or it's just returned to the same levels. Yeah, I wonder like how prepped his bags were. I mean, everybody jumped on board, right? He started pumping this, and then we even had some meme coins pump. There's one called GME, which straight ripped. Look at this
Yeah,
pump. This is from last time. Goes quiet, and now him. And then there's
that was
another one.
that was crazy, dude. Yeah, and
This
this
one
coin
just
is
kitty.
dumping.
Yeah, this one's just dead because it's like, dude, our focus on this stuff is so short. Like our attention span on this stuff is so short. It's like Frentech. Okay, wait, Fantasy Top. Okay, Roaring Kitty posted, and then people just stop caring completely. And it's like you better be out by the time people start caring. And it's so quick. You have like 2-3 days.
Well, with coins, it's like, and I think this kind of goes back to the conversation we were talking about, like where is retail? The thing with coins right now is that on the night of Roaring Kitty making those posts, AMC, GME, and the Roaring Kitty coin, all three of those were good buys. They mooned. But it's like who's trading these? And it's like literally the same like 40 alpha groups and like 30 whales that are just pumping money into every coin, and they're just getting like a 2 to 3x. I know those went like a lot harder than that, but like I feel like a lot of these people are just the same like I feel like it's the same traders. Like I don't feel like it's one of the things that made 2021 so great is that what was happening is that people were buying things and diamond handing everything because they thought everything was going to go higher. Whereas now it's like the people that are here, they're like a little bit smarter. So it's like, you know,
They're
they're
wise
like,
to the game or whatever.
do you remember when like diamond hands was like a thing? Like you didn't want to be a paper handed bitch. Like that was kind of like a thing. But now people do not care. Like people are not moon boys as much as they used to be. So a lot of this stuff just dies.
Agreed. Yeah, it's PvP. It's like me versus you. It's Wall Street bets versus like crypto Twitter. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's the same people passing around a hot potato, seeing hey who's gonna get wrecked this time, and you want to not get wrecked. I see a question about bubble. We'll bring it up in a minute. JB saying
We talked about
AMC
that last
diluted.
week.
Yeah, but their token launched. Anyways, AMC diluted heavily after, no surprise, and GME also. I had that article. Yeah, I had it right here. I'll bring it on the screen again. Boom. Yeah, so GME or AMC came in, but they had. So this is what I saw in the article. They had said they were going to do this like back in March, is what I read from this article. So it's not like they just decided last second to do it, but yeah, they came in and sold 250. They banked it. That's why I was like, yo, is this rigged? Like, did they just buy? Did they take over Roaring Kitty's account? Or did they work with Roaring Kitty? I mean, I don't think Roaring Kitty would do it, but for money, you know, if he was offered 50 mil, who cares? They came in and they sold shares. Now GME is doing the same. They've issued or they're selling 45 million shares this morning. So you know they're cashing in on this meme thing, but yeah, I guess it's their way of wrecking us. What really, or I'll talk about this in a second. I saw. Speaking of normie marketing, it's funny. There's two things that I've noticed, and I saw a few people talking about this. Where I forget who I saw talking about it, but he was talking about like, oh, it was Elio. Elio in his video, he was talking about the way he buys meme coins now because he doesn't really trade meme coins. Is his wife sees something on TikTok and he'll buy that. And this is something one of my friends who's deep into meme coins brought up. He's like, he thinks the next wave of meme coins is going to be marketed to normies. Like he always sends me stuff on Instagram, like these viral videos using the song. You go on Instagram and you hear the same song 50 times and everybody's using it for the reel. It's people making like animations with those songs of their token. And he thinks that's going to be the new meta, right? Stuff marketed towards normies on TikTok too. And I often look at Instagram or TikTok for this kind of stuff, and I'll get guys, and I saw like the typical guys, they started pushing, okay, GME pumped, AMC pumps. The next ones that are going to moon are going to be BlackBerry, Nokia, There was Bed Bath and Beyond, but I think they went out of business. And then it was going to be Doge. So it's like they were setting up, and everybody was trying to set up, but it's like, yeah, it's not going to work out the same way. BlackBerry barely moved; it went up like 10 or 20%, and now it's back down. Same thing for Nokia. So it's just like there wasn't even time for all the normies to benefit from this cycle, just because everybody just dumped it in one day. But the thing that I hope people take away from this is, let me get it on screen again, is this. No, wait, the wrong link. I don't even have it on screen. Let me pull that away. It's that they halted these stocks 34 times. Like the morning that it opened up at $65, and you could have got your 4x if you had a position in. They halted it 23 seconds after the market opened. So unless you had that sell order set, they halted trading of your stock. Does this not bother people in Web 2? Like, why can't I trade stocks before 9:30 and after 4 p.m.? Like, what is going on that I can't? Is the technology so ancient that we can't trade this stuff? You need somebody there in person. Does it not bother you that when a stock goes too high, or when something's happening too crazy with a stock, somebody's going to come in and pause it and be like, nah, you know what? We're not going to let this happen to this VC or this hedge fund or whatever it is, and you're not allowed to make money. Does it not trigger people? Like, that's why this whole movement started. And now it's, I don't know. I want to see the movement from TradFi. I want to see stocks on the blockchain. I want to be able to trade a Tesla stock at any time of the day. I don't want to buy a stock on my bank's stock platform and then it's locked on their platform. I have to go through all these hoops to get my money somewhere else. Like, I want to see this evolution where stocks are traded on chain and I could do whatever I want with my stocks. Nobody can block me from trading the stock.
Yeah. So I have like 80 things to say.
And go for it.
Because I have to go back. No, I mean, I'll keep it very brief. The stopping of the trading of stocks is directly correlated to trying to protect like these hedge funds. And it just goes to show that like the game is rigged against us. Like, being a normal trader, the game is rigged. And it is very hard. And it's just because like the governments don't want us to be able to have any sort of edge. Like, they don't want us to be able to get out of like any they don't want us to make money. Like that's really what it comes down to. And then what you were saying about like trading stocks and like that kind of thing. So people talk about RWAs, and while I think that like tokenizing Rolexes and cards and collectibles and that kind of thing is cool, I feel like it is also very niche. And when you talk about RWAs, like, it's going to be trading. Yeah, this literally me and some of my friends, we like pulled together to mint one of these.
Are the prices like compared to if I went on a Web2 website, are the prices reasonable for this kind of stuff? Like, if I want to buy a watch, should I actually be considering this website?
Yes. If you wanted, well, so let me finish what I was saying and then I'll answer that.
Yeah.
So the real RWAs will be when you can trade stocks on like the blockchain, when you can trade commodities like on the blockchain. That's what people want. People want to be able to just exactly what you said, trade whatever it is that you want on chain without ever having to cash out to your bank. And that's when that happens, like, things are going to be totally different. I think the current RWA thing is kind of like, it's too niche. I think it's a narrative that's being pushed, but it's like when I can go buy like Tesla stock on chain and it's like directly like correlated to the stock market. Yes. Now pull Kettle Finance back up.
Yeah. Right now, RWA is Pokemon cards and watches.
So here's the thing about this site. If there is a watch on here that you want, you could definitely get a good deal on it, because you got to think that most of the people that are buying these boxes are opening them for the gold. And so, yes, they're definitely trading for around what they're worth, but there's also a lot of watches on here. And so what I would say is that, like, if there were 3 watches on here that you were interested in, basically go and make bids, because like it would depend on the watch, right? Like, I don't have all the pricings of all these watches memorized, but like you could just go like pick any of them go on eBay, look at what they're selling for. I guarantee you that the pricing on here is lower than what they're selling for on eBay.
Then yeah, there's a good arbitrage opportunity. But yeah, I was considering a watch, and I was just like, as long as I know that Kettle Finance, or if I don't know if Courtyard does watches, there's Polytrade, there's a bunch of these RWA marketplaces. As long as they're verifying the items are legit and in perfect condition, like I have no problem buying a watch off of one of these sites, especially if I can get a deal.
Yeah. No, there's deals to be had. It just depends on like what your goal is. If your goal is to flip them,
No, I actually wanted to watch.
if you actually want one,
yeah.
like, do you see how they're like all four of those like GMT Masters are like almost the same?
Yeah, but the prices are wild. Like this one's 16. This one's listed for 17,000. This one's listed for 23,000, and this one's 16,000. Oh, that's the last sale. Okay, top bid. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
sale price. Yeah. So this like you save $6,000 if you just wait for somebody else to list it. It's like an NFT. Somebody's
No,
listing their
totally.
floor NFT at 0.1. Somebody's listing at 0.2.
Yeah, and somebody would much rather try to just sell it on this platform than to like have it sent to
Physically
them.
sell it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like you, and once again, like there were people such as me and a couple of my friends that literally were like, we're going to open this box for the gold and then we're going to sell the watch. And we didn't even care if you pulled a shitty watch. It doesn't matter if you lose like $1,000 because you got the gold, you know, like
How much gold are you getting?
I think it's a lot actually. It was like
Is
it's
it?
over 1,000 because so the situation was that with Kettle yesterday, they had that like their drop was I believe it was bigger than like their last drop and it didn't sell out.
Because the price I saw Cyrus was posting about this.
Yeah, and then he
Here,
minted
here.
like 6 of the platinum ones or whatever. Like he minted a ton of these.
Yeah. But
Cyrus is
it
just the
seems like
goat,
the
dude.
prices are getting more and more expensive on these watches, but it's cool. I like the idea. But back to what we're talking about. Yeah, I think synthetics. That's like a stock. That's a crypto that's trying to do something with stocks. I don't know why you need a specific crypto for stocks. Like why can't you do it on certain chains? But yeah, I think the day we get this stocks that I could trade at any time of day, I'm going to much prefer it. There's obviously going to be manipulation that goes on. They're going to have to figure that out. I also think they're going to have to change the rules because right now, if I trade stocks, when I sell a stock, if I don't cash it out to my bank, I don't trade stocks other than my tax-free savings account. Do you owe taxes immediately after you sell that stock? Or is it only when you cash out to your bank?
When you sell.
Okay, so the crypto, I guess it's the same as crypto. But the other thing that I found funny was the ex chair or whatever of the SEC, not Gary Gensler, the one before him. He's appearing on the news all the time. He was talking about like, because the whole Roaring Kitty posting something and sending the prices. He's like, is this what we want? Like, is this ethical? And should we allow this? And it's just like, dude, why? And then kudos to the news anchor. I think it was Sorkin or not. That's a director. I forget the guy's name, but the typical dude you see always talking about Bitcoin. He was pushing back like, how is it any different from like Jamie Dimon coming on and just dumping on Bitcoin while he's buying at the same time, and nobody does anything. And like all these people coming on these platforms and pushing their stocks and or even the news station itself, like talking about like Jim Cramer talking about a stock, even though I get the meme, it's reverse Cramer, but he's still talking about stocks. Is that not stock manipulation? If he says, this is a buy for me, and he has an audience of 12 million people, is that not stock manipulation? Like, how is it weird for Roaring Kitty to do this just because retail's making money? But so I just found that so weird, especially considering that Congress has no rules on what they can do. And like Nancy Pelosi's one of the greatest traders of our time with a net worth of like 170 million with her husband, but her salary is like 200 or 400,000 a year. Like, and this is what they're getting upset that like the little guy's making money. I just found it hilarious.
Yeah, they just don't want us to make money. Which is why you literally have to sit around and you have to find a way to make a bag in crypto or wherever else that you're doing it, because you quite literally have the government who claims that they're here to help all these governments, all these like these multi-billionaires and everything, they don't want us to make money. Like it's just a fact. Like they want people to stay poor.
I don't know about the billionaires because the money always trickles to them anyways. Look what happened in COVID. Or damn, I said the word. Look what happened. Whatever, I said it now. Look what happened in COVID. All the money that we were getting in checks, like, dude, Amazon made a killing. All the money flows to them anyway. So I don't think the billionaires care. I think I think the politicians, they just want to. The problem with Western, and I don't want this is going to get into a political talk here, but the problem with Western politics right now is all the governments are like, they're not installed for the citizens, for the people. They're just installed for themselves, and to get the billionaires more rich. They're doing, and for the like pharmaceutical companies and all that, but not for the people. As opposed, if you look to some other countries now, a bunch that I'm considering moving to, like they're just like, no, this is what we're doing, and too bad. And they're, dude, they're like the first world countries now. Canada's not a first world country anymore. Like Canada's getting absolutely wrecked. Even this new capital gains tax that a lot of people were upset about, which was misunderstood. It's not a 66% tax. It's a 66% inclusion rate. So you're taxed on 66% of your gains at your income level. But Trudeau literally went out and said, like, one of the reasons they're doing this is because the older generation made all their money. They have all their money saved, and they can't get taxes out of that anymore. So he's like, this older generation, their money works for them, which is the dream. And he's like, so we have to find a way to get their money. So to me, it's just insanity that like our country doesn't operate as a business. The only way they make money is if they can leech off the citizens. And for some reason, our population just continues to accept it. Anyways, I don't want to go down. That was my little rant, but we don't want to get too political. Moving to another country is a must. Yeah, that's what I'm considering right now. In talks for Dubai. Habibi, come to Dubai. Anyways, I saw this Pudgy Penguins with their toys going into GameStop. Do you think it was a coincidence, or do you think once they saw it go live, they're like, let's okay, it's just pure coincidence? Good timing for them. How do you think the toys are doing? Like, I don't see. I got some in the background here. I don't see anybody really talk about these anymore. Do you think they're actually still making money off of them?
They must be doing well if they're getting put into GameStop. Like,
true.
If they weren't doing well, I mean, I think I saw it at like Target too. Yeah, like there's just no way. Like these big box retailers and like these stores and stuff would not be accepting them if they didn't sell. That's just like straight up. Even if I mean, I'm not like a retailer guy, but like I'm assuming that if I went to GameStop and I had like however much it was, like I couldn't just go put like whatever product, like, Ash's, like, fucking pickle jar, like into GameStop. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think that could happen. I feel like
that's your product, a pickle jar.
It was the first thing that came to my mind. I don't know why.
Pickle Rick. I missed something here. I wanted to. Dan's Crypt said, no, they halted the buying, not the selling. But if they halted buying, who am I selling into? Unless it's just into like their market makers or however that works. That's literally what they did the last time as well, years ago with the whole Robinhood fiasco. Moving on, we had a token go live a couple days ago, and that was Imaginary Ones.
Did we not talk about this last week?
Yeah, but it wasn't live. We just spoke about like this was one of the tokens that was going to go live. It launched on the 14th, 3 days ago.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So it launched on like a bunch of exchanges. No, Bybit, I guess the biggest exchange, but no Binance, no Coinbase, none of that. It didn't do the best. Tokens haven't been doing really good, especially lately. I have the terms here. Well, it's over, so who cares? I don't know if I can say them or not, but like the private round, it was 0.003. It's currently at 0.009. So you're at a 3x if you did their private round, but you only get 5% of TGE. Their public round, that they had a public round, these are the old terms, I don't know if it was 0.045 with a 20% unlock. So right now you're at a 2x, but the highest you could have got was like, I guess a 4x. So you almost broke even on TGE if you did public and you caught either up here or right here. But yeah, these rounds just continue to unfortunately underperform. What do you think it is? Do you think their valuations are too high?
What's the market cap right now?
Let me go on like I don't know how to see the market cap here. Let me
I think it's a
grab
couple things. One, I feel like I think it goes back to the whole like there's no retail here. I feel like what's happening is I feel like a lot of the people that are here are not I don't feel like there's a very strong like gaming narrative right now that a lot of people are like are behind, kind of like they were last cycle. Like I think a lot of people like gaming and whatnot.
Do you consider this gaming though? I know they're making games, but I don't look at this as like a gaming coin. To me, this is more like a brand. A brand. You know, they have the retail store stuff. I know they're making games, but I don't look at this as a gaming coin.
I mean,
I get it is, but like I don't look at it as a gaming coin the same way I do like Alluvium or something. I guess because Alluvium has a game, whereas they have like multiple mini games.
I don't know. I feel like retail, there's not enough people buying this stuff. I feel like a lot of people have too much money locked up into other things. And I just feel like we're not in the mania yet. I think this is a bad time to be launching this stuff. But also, like, I didn't invest in this coin. Like, I didn't invest in this. Like, this isn't one that, like, if it came across my desk that I would have been like, yes. Like, Neon Heroes, now that's one that I'm pissed I didn't get.
I have a very small ticket. How do you think this one does? Like their game looks awesome. This is great marketing for them.
Well, first of all, Becker literally tweeted about this today. Like he tweeted the Neon Heroes like logo on like one of his tweets. I played it. Neon Heroes was one of my top 3 favorite Web3 games that I played.
Nice.
I liked it a lot. I really liked it. And I like cats. Yeah, that. How do I think it does? How do I think it does? Like, I mean, I think, let me ask you a question. Where did the Web3 gaming crypto narrative stem from last time? Was it Becker?
Yeah.
He needs to get it on. Like, let's go, Becker. Like, let's start talking about this.
I found he's lost a little bit of power. Like, dude, he was pumping one I invest into games.gg, and it's not. And I do believe that's a $1+ token. Like, I have my investment. I'm not selling. I do believe it's a $1+ token. Right now, it's like at 14, 15 cents. You know, he's been speaking about it, and it did get a little pump, but it's nothing like it used to be, or at least it's nothing like a few months ago when the narrative of gaming first started and Neo Tokyo went crazy. You know, Hustlepedia's community went crazy. This thing of ours went from like 0.4 to like almost 2 ETH. And any coin they would talk about in their videos would just full send. Somebody asking, where do you play this? It's in the Epic Game Store. It's the top. It made it to the top 30 downloaded games. If you want to test it out,
use my referral code.
Epic. Use Ash's referral code.
I'm just kidding, but yeah, like, dude, I like Neon Heroes a lot. I hear what you're saying. I honestly just think that there were more uneducated people at the time, and the economy was a lot like there was a lot more money. I feel like we're at a point right now where people have less money. The people that are here are way smarter, and the people that are here are looking for smaller returns than they were previously. And also, like, one big thing to note back in 2021 is supply and demand. There were way less coins that you could buy in 2021. Like, way less. There's been hundreds of thousands, millions of tickers that have launched in the past 3 years. And so, like, it's just different. Like, before, when you could go on like coin market cap and like you were kind of limited and that was it. Now there's too many tickers. There's not enough people. People are smarter, and people don't have as much money as they did in 2021. That's kind of my thought.
Yeah, I agree. And the game does look really cool, but like, does that matter at the end of the day? It's all about attention and narrative, and meme coins are the ones that get the most attention just because they're the simplest. Somebody's saying G3 did a 50 to 70% when he talked about it. Yeah, it had a nice jump, but it's kind of been stagnant now. The play to airdrop. Yeah, a lot of these games had to play to airdrop. Neon Heroes is one of them. Hopefully that one pays off good. Invest in launch pads. Individual games are risky.
Such as, can I introduce you into Seedify? Seedify is the most hot Web3 gaming upcoming IDO platform. that sponsors both me and Gorilla. Sign up for Cetify today.
My kids love playing My Pet Hooligan. Yeah, dude, I'm still holding my carrot, my hoolies, everything. I really like them. Hopefully, they can cook some stuff up. But yeah, I really hope that token does well. Somebody had also asked about Blood Loop, which is launching through Cetify. But same thing. Like, we'll see. The game's fun, but we'll see how the market reacts to it. Like, do they care about this stuff right now? Even if it's the coolest thing, if nobody's paying attention to it, it doesn't mean the token, even if you love the game, dude, and it's the best game you've ever played, doesn't mean people are going to pay attention to it. I think the games, I don't have any right now, I need to buy some, but games that have the best narrative, in my opinion, is something like Prime. And I pretty much missed, I've been watching it since $2. It's at 16. Okay, I need to pick some up. It's dipped. I do think Prime is going to do very well this cycle.
I have $50,000 in Prime.
Let's go, dude. That's great.
I think Prime is easily a $50 to $100 token, depending on how hard things run. But my thought here was kind of like what we were talking about last night on the phone. I am expecting in size. I think I can make at least 100 grand on this token. I like Prime.
I like it too, dude. The avatars are down. Maybe I'll pick some up. I legit want one to try their game. Like, I'm really into this AI stuff. I feel very underexposed to AI and to AI waifu. I feel very underexposed to AI, and I get a lot of ads for AI, especially now with this open AI. I don't know if you saw the open AI, like what you could do with your phone, where you can literally just point your camera and ask it questions and it's recognizing everything. AI is moving very fast. I saw they plugged it into a robot, and the robot was able to, he was like, "Okay, hand me some food, whatever food you see on the table." He was picking out an apple. Like, dude, this technology is going to evolve extremely quickly. I do not think society is ready for it. And dude, I need exposure somehow. And to something real. I want something with both a good narrative, but also that's something needed in Web 2, not Web 3. That's needed for the whole world. And then I want to make an investment there. And I don't mind if it's a stock. Like, dude, I'll invest in some stocks if that's what it takes. But yeah, I definitely think I need more exposure to AI. And for gaming, Parallel has that narrative. It has a double narrative. They're releasing their game where you're going to be able to tell your AI character, "Hey, become like an assassin in this world," and he'll do it. He'll figure it out. I believe Carrot will do well. The team is meeting with OpenAI today. I saw they posted about that. They have a meeting with OpenAI. I wonder what that's for. Very interesting. Moving on, we had a couple hacks. The first one, let's do the NFT one first. We had I don't think it was confirmed that it's a hack, but either a hack or a whale just said, "Yo, I'm getting out." I spoke to Moritz about this, and he said he looked. There was no, he didn't interact with any contracts, so it'd be weird if he actually got hacked. And he bought these at around 2 ETH, so it seemed like he just got fed up of waiting, and he dumped 200 Pixelmon into bids where if you had a bid as low as 0.01, your bid would have got accepted, which is insane when you think about it. This is the guy who hit the 0.01. He immediately sold it for 0.9, like as soon as it recovered. So just $3,000 in his pocket, just for having a super low bid in. And the floor is currently back. It's not fully recovered, but it's back above 1 ETH. I'm really excited for Pixelmon. I hope obviously they launch soon, but I don't want them to launch in these conditions. So I'll still be patient. This is one of the gaming tokens I'm very confident in, just because of how they've structured everything.
Yeah. I can't imagine that somebody got so fed up to the point where they would dump into 0.01 bids. I feel like even like, dude, if you're a whale, like even if you got a lot of money, like you don't sell at an asset that has been trading at 1.5 ETH for the past 6 months for 0.01 just because you're like, you get tired.
It could have been a mistake though. Maybe he thought like, "Oh, there's enough bids." Like he didn't think, and he was just like,
yeah, maybe
he didn't scroll through to see what all the bids were, and it's just like, "Hey, this is how much money you're gonna get." The weird thing about the bids too is the rarity. Like he for sure had some rare ones if he's a whale. So what, you're just accepting, unless I guess people bid on rare ones, so maybe it auto accepted rare bids on that. But yeah, the overall it was a very odd thing to see. I'm just looking for a tweet, but yeah, Pixelmon. I think they're really set up. I think the unlocks are very well thought out. The only people who get unlocks are literally the community, and they were talking about how they have buy pressure. They have like they're working with projects who either projects are giving airdrops to their community or they're going to be buying their token on the secondary market. I think they're thinking a lot through. They're seeing all these tokens mess up, and they're just thinking like, okay, how do we get our price to go up? Which is a main issue. Like everybody's always talking like, yo, I invested into this token, and that's what they're posting about because projects ask us to post, but it's like when you post that, it's pretty much you're dumping. You're not buying. You're not posting I'm bullish on this token, so I'm buying. You're posting like, yo, my investment did well. I made money.
Yeah.
And then the other hack was pump.fun. I haven't even I've never used pump.fun. I know a lot of people are making money or losing money on it. They lost. I saw it going around 80 million, and maybe that's like community money, but everybody was saying they lost $80 million. But all they lost apparently was 2 million of their own money. Apparently they're making 1 mil a day or something like that right now in like the mania.
Yeah. On fees.
That's crazy. But you also posted, do you use this site? Do you ever like scroll here? I saw you also posted about dgen.fund. I've never used this one either. Are you making money on these?
No, I only wanted to show it because this is like the one that people are starting to use now. That pump.fun has, I mean, that exploit kind of like cooked them. Also, the one that I sent, like it looks cleaner. Like it feels like it's easier to use. Like this pump.fun always felt like I don't know, like a very elementary website.
It's very fast. Like it's like boom, new coin, new coin, new coin. Versus here, it doesn't seem to be moving.
Yeah. So no, I kind of wanted to show it because it does seem like people are already starting to look for different stuff.
Is dgen.fund on like base or something different, or it's Solana as well?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I haven't used it yet, but that was like
I see
one.
Sol here, but maybe it's multi-chain. Moving on into Blast. Blast delayed their airdrop. Is this good or bad? Were you happy or sad when you heard this? We were both late to farming, so
Yeah. I'm like kind of indifferent. Like to me, I feel like I knew that this was going to happen. I'm pretty sure I said it on the show last week. So obviously Pac-Man does not want to launch in a bad market. We know that. So yeah, like I mean, I guess that's like kind of it. Like I feel like a lot of people are mad because gold is being diluted, but I saw this coming.
yeah, we spoke about the whole gold thing last week. Here, let me get it back on screen. We have NFT statistics, who his original prediction for gold was $18, which to me, this is what we said. It feels if everybody's expecting $18, it's probably going to be like $2, $3 at most. 18 felt way too high for the amount of gold some people are holding. And now his new prediction is $6 per gold, which is probably still too high because we don't know how much gold is going to be funneled into the system. I have to like actually read what he's posting because there's also points, right? Is he considering all the Blast points and then the points you're making on Blur for staking? Although it seems like points did get nerfed, which really sucks. Because if you had money just staked and you weren't farming gold, but you put your money in, like you locked your money in Blast, all you were getting was points.
Right.
So for them to reduce how much points is going to get you is kind of annoying. But yeah, gold always felt overvalued. People were, I think, overvaluing it. So now to see it come a bit more realistic, and I think the predictions are just going to get lower and lower. With the whole whales market, I remember Frentech at one point was trading for like $6 or $8, which a lot of that stuff is manipulated. But I do think some people honestly believed it was going to be trading for $6 to $8. And then when it came out, I mean, it dumped under $1. It was a great trading opportunity. You were even saying to me yesterday, like you plan on buying, depending on the price of Blast, like you're gonna size in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely considering when you look at like Blur opened at 40 cents, ran to 120, Friend dumped down to like 80 cents and then ran the $3. I feel like the same thing is going to happen with Blast, where I think that people are going to dump it on day one. And I think that there's going to be an easy DCA on day one to get like a nice 2x to 3x, depending on when they launch it. Hopefully, Bitcoin is doing a little bit better by then, but they did kind of lock themselves in where they're like, this is the date that it's launching. So hopefully, it's not launching on a day when everything is red. But yeah, I'm my next big play that I'm waiting for is to size into Blast on day one and then see how much I can make doing that.
Mm. Yeah, it could be a really good play depending on the price. Yeah, what's funny about that is I remember the other what was it? I guess for things to go live or the mainnet. Um, I forget what it was, or like the first airdrop, they had written May or April, whatever, or March, I forget, 24, and everybody thought it was a day. And then like, oh no, we meant 2024, obviously. But now they're doing it like June 26th. Like they can't pull that trick again. No, we meant June 2026. I mean, maybe they can. DJ, I put my referral code for Avalon. It's currently in the public chat of Gorilla Labs because somebody had asked me for it. Or I'll just send it to you after the show. Also saying here we have somebody saying my guess is around $2. My guess is around 50 cents. I mean, 50 cents right now with everybody's prediction, 50 cents sounds like a good buy. It's kind of funny though, because like there's also the Blur token.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's weird to think what does that mean for Blur. I don't know. But are you still farming though? Are you still going ham? Like I don't know. I kind of a week ago or two, I mean, I know Easy and Clemente are doing like the challenges, and they're posting a lot of content around Fantasy Top. And Fantasy Top announced all these new tournaments, and they're doing the different style of tournaments now. Where if you check tourneys, yeah, there's 4 going on right now. I just stopped participating. I mean, I saw that prices were getting to everybody was talking about it. I'm like, yeah, okay, it's time to get out. So I started selling a lot of my cards. I wish I would have sold them all because I'd be point like 4 higher in value right now. I had 10 Zenekas. I sold most of them for like 2 to 3x profit. I could still sell for 2x profit right now. But I'm 1 ETH in. I pulled out my initial. I'm 1 ETH in profit. I had put in 2 ETH. I have 3 ETH right now locked, and then I have almost 0.7 of cards remaining. And I mean, for me, the tournament prizes, I think there's just so many people. The gold sounded a lot like, oh, they have 200,000 gold for this tournament, and all these tournaments 100,000, but they're giving gold to everybody. Like I finished 1,300 of 18,000, like top 10%, and I only got 5 gold. So I was just like, yeah, whatever. I mean, I get it. There's the fantasy points. So if they have an airdrop similar to Friendtech, like I'm going to get hopefully something okay because I stopped participating. People are going to have way more points than me. But overall, I don't know. I found this was taking way too much of my time. I wasn't focused on the rest of the market. So I just stopped playing.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like it is taking up a lot of time. Fantasy Top like isn't fun enough for me to like really focus on it a lot. Um I know that there is volume. Like there's definitely volume there. But like then what they did do is they introduced like a bunch of random tournaments. So now it's not like, oh, there's just one big tournament and like everything dumps after. Like now they're trying to like do multiple tournaments at one time so that like there's less of these like dumps after tournaments and stuff. But like there's just not really much to do. Like I guess that's like the best way to put it is like you kind of just buy these cards and you set it and then you wait. And the main thing here is you ask yourself like what are you bullish on? Like the fan token and you're trying to get points, or are you bullish on the cards themselves? To which I'm not bullish on the cards. Like I'm bullish on like the points, if anything.
Yeah, I saw some people tweeting like, "Oh, this is the future of SocialFi and all that," and I was just like, this is stressful, dude. You're playing a SocialFi game where you have money on the line and your cards are just like your portfolio is going up and down. It's like an extra layer of stress. Already, crypto stressful. Now your fantasy cards are more stressful. Um, but how does this go mainstream? Like what they're going to introduce like Elon and then what like Drake and Kendrick and all that? Like we're going to get mainstream people in here. That's one way I guess it would go mainstream. But for earning the points, like I think that I like it. I'm not talking. I don't want to dunk on it, but I do think it's a fad. Like, are people going to play this for the next 5 years? I don't think so. There's just going to be the next shiny toy that comes around, which right now there's like that world PvP coin that I saw Easy was playing. He's like the president of Cuba or something, where a lot of people are playing this game where you have to buy into a country, and then after 30 days, sorry for any vulgar text here on the left side, you have to for 30 days. After 30 days, the country with the largest market cap is going to be able to nuke one country off the map, and it's going to pull liquidity of that country. So if you're still in that country, you're going to get rugged. I thought this is a cool idea, but it doesn't seem to have taken the attention of the market. But like, I'm just waiting for that next shiny toy to come along and take attention from Fantasy Top. Fahad brought up a good point. I think people can probably get more gold just by buying a lot of cards, holding them, and winning the jackpot. Yeah, they did win 2 jackpots. I have a meme ready for when they win a third. I'm waiting to post it because I do think Fantasy or Pac Moon's going to win a third jackpot, which would be funny. But yeah, you could make more gold just by holding cards and winning the jackpot than participating in these tournaments where you're getting 5 gold. Or like the top person I saw, the third or fourth top person, I think he got like 200 gold or something like that, which doesn't feel that rewarding to me.
Yeah.
Especially as the price of gold goes lower and lower and lower.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like you're just risking the gold, like the whole gold situation. For me personally, I actually kind of like with my plan if gold is devalued a lot, because I feel like what'll happen is people will just dump like crazy. Like I'm really hoping and banking, like where am I going to make the most money on like Blast? One, Pac Moon. I'm up like 3 or 4 ETH on Pac Moon right now. And then buying like the actual token on TG. Like that's where I think I'm going to make the most personally.
Mm-hmm. I'm bullish on cards. Best trading ARB in the space right now, especially with new heroes. Don't care for farming gold on Fantasy. More of a way of trading cards. Yeah, I mean, I'm up 1.6 ETH just trading cards. So I do agree. It's cool. This is, and like nobody's talking about NFTs. Everybody's talking about trading fantasy cards. So it does have a lot of attention in the market. This is too stressful. The cards should be something you collect and evolve like Pokemon pets. You can evolve them rarity wise, but I don't know how you evolve a hero. Like what Zeneca becomes, I don't know what other hero, or a grander version of Zeneca.
A villain.
Or a villain. Sheesh, Gorilla for president. Let's go. For Canada, I would, dude. I'd be a dictator though if I took over Canada. I'm warning you guys now. I'd bring in the army. It'd be my first step. Moving on. What else are you farming on Blast, dude? I've been playing a lot of like Cambria. Cambria is cool. I really like it. We looked at that last week. I just farmed with my friend. They're also going to have an airdrop, so that one's cool. I sold most of my stuff. Like, dude, I got so lucky. We were talking about it. I remember when we were talking about it, and we were just like, yeah, this feels like it's going to go down. And let me get it back on screen. Like all these Blast NFTs, Blastopians down to 0.16, dude, from highs of 0.43. I'm so happy I sold at 0.32, dude. I made profit. I got out on all of them. But yeah, I think people are onto it. I guess they realize like it's too obvious for them to win the jackpot. Now they should win the jackpot. Now that everybody's out and the price is back down, now they should win that jackpot. But same thing for a lot of coins. Like I had bought the District 1 token, OLE or OLE, whatever it's called. And this one I would be, so it went back up, but dude, it went down to like 6 million market cap. I would have been down. I would have been pissed if I held. So right now I'd be break even. And then this one, actually, I think, did it go back up? No, I guess I sold out around. No, I sold higher from here. So I'd be down on this one too. Or I don't even know what Orbit does. I just saw like, okay, it's a Blast like lending or whatever it is. So I got out, but I find it's risky being in a lot of these assets, except for Pac Moon. I know you're big on Pac Moon. It's currently 160 million FDV. Whoa, what's this candle? It went to 200.
Yeah,
somebody bought a ton. What is this? It went to
yeah, what was
260
that
mil.
candle, dude? That candle went hard. Yeah, dude. I mean, I just look at it and it's like Pac Moon is the number one token on Blast. Like you
Is
just
pack?
can't
Does this mean another jackpot's coming? Is that what the? Is that
probably, probably. And dude, if whatever the next jackpot is, like I'm gonna cook because I have so much of this. But dude, there's people that have so much Pac Moon. Like
Would you be pissed if it was one? They won the jackpot, but it's 1%.
no, I wouldn't even care. Honestly, dude, like I really don't care. I feel like this coin is going like right now it's at 55 million market cap. I feel like it's gonna hit 160 FDV, but I'm talking about just like circulating market cap. I
So
feel
we're
like this
2x
is
from here. So 320 FDV.
I feel like this goes to 100 million for like especially now that they delayed. Now that they delayed it, I know that they're gonna end up having more announcements. They're gonna put more stuff out. You can't fit like I don't know. I'm maybe buying here. Like obviously there's more risk because it did dump to like 15 million earlier this week, like a couple days ago, which I also did almost buy that dip, but I was like, dude, I already have so much ETH in this.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'm not so Cambria looked cool. I'm not really farming it. But I have played it. I'm really not farming as much. Like, honestly, I'm just my thing is I'm like, I'm gonna do fantasy top. I have cards there. I'm up on those. So to me, it's just like a free trade anyway. I'll join the tournaments, I'll get fan, I'll just do that. If fantasy wins like another jackpot, like you'll get the gold there. Pac Moon, and then uh that's it. Like not even really doing like I'm not doing as much as like Easy Eats and Clemente. Like they're like, oh, I'm on District 1 and like I'm in Wasabi and like I'm doing all these things. So like I'm not right now.
Yeah, agreed. Speaking of that, he's also posted he's buying these NFTs. He thinks they're undervalued. Did you mint I minted just one. I was like, YOLO, I'll just mint it. I feel I need the dopamine rush of minting something. This is a game that's already live. Backwoods. It's one of the only mints that I cared about this week, to be honest. This week was really dry for NFTs. There was nothing. And I'm looking at next week. There's not much either. I guess the hypest NFT people are that dude, my DMs are filled with like, hey, do you have an extra spot that you for Borpa? Everybody wants Borpa. Guys, if I have an extra spot, I'm Burner City. Nah. I just find it's funny. It's like people are asking me, and it's like, why wouldn't I put my own wallet? Like it's free. It's literally free money. You're asking me to give you money. But I got a lot of DMs. Surprising. It's one of the projects where I got the most DMs saying like, hey, dude, do you have any extra Borpa spots laying around? There was this, and there was the Zeneca mint. I didn't check how it did. Is there a link to where you could buy this thing? Yeah, Zeneca did a mint to farm gold with. Is this one of those stable farms? I know there was a bug with one of the stable NFTs where like somebody exploited it and took advantage of people.
Yeah, I didn't mint this either. I should have. I wasn't sitting at my desk when it happened. But it's
Same,
refundable. Dude, yeah, there were so many people that were giving him shit for this.
but it's
They're like,
refundable.
right, but like
Yeah.
there's people that were in the comments that are so dumb that they didn't realize that. Or like there was this one guy that got proved wrong. Like there's like, oh yeah, Zeneca coming out to make all this ETH. And then like people were basically like, dude, it's refundable. And he's like, yeah, but he's still gonna make ETH. And they're like, no, like it's literally refundable. And he just like died on this hill. Like he was just like losing his mind. And I'm like, bro, stop caring about influencers and just go get a bag. Like I don't
Yeah.
get it. It's
But
like
that has nothing to do with Zeneca, and it has everything to do with the person commenting.
right.
Like, yeah.
Right. No, it's like it's the same thing. It's like if you're so mad that influencers are making money on shit, it's like then just and you think that it should be you, then just go let that be go figure it out. Like Zeneca has all the right to go launch an NFT if he wanted to. He's built it up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the refundable thing, I heard about an exploit that happened where the contracts are upgradable. So somebody basically minted a bunch of his own. He upgraded it. He upgraded only those NFTs to not be sellable, and then or to not be refundable, and then he dumped them into bids. and so the people couldn't refund who were like bidding on them, and then he made the NFT and he got to keep a bunch of the ETH, even though like it was supposed to be a refundable project.
True.
Hey, got
Dude,
any Borpa laying around?
crypto's mooning.
Yeah, apparently Bitcoin's at 67K. Let's go.
Sol's at 170.
Let's go, dude. Let's get back to above 70,000. Then we make our way to, hopefully make our way to 100K. Let's go, wag me. Yeah, we're up. Bitcoin's up 10% on the week. Ethereum at 31. Let's go. That's good to see. I like seeing Ethereum like have a nice gap between 3,000. 3,000, you feel like, oh, we're going under. Ton, dude, I did one trade on Ton coin. I noticed like the cabal. Some people were in a lot of the groups I'm in, like Elio did a video explaining how to get in on Ton. I was like, are these guys going to start to push a narrative here? Is this like something I should be paying attention to, or am I already too late? I felt like they were going to launch, because in a few of like the meme coin, I'm in some of the bigger influencer, like the guys from like the 2017 cycle too, like the earlier cycles. I'm in some of their telegrams, and a lot of them were releasing tutorials on how to get into Ton. And it's just like, are they cooking up some meme coin that they're all going to be into? Like, why are they all telling us how to buy into this chain? Unless Ton is paying them and it's like some ad for the narrative. I just found that one funny. Yeah.
So what about ordinals?
Ordinals, dude, there's no attempt. Like, even I'm getting approached by a lot of ordinals projects other than Frux and like a couple others. I'm just like, dude, nobody cares about the narrative. Isn't there right now? And I understand you might have something that you believe in, but it's like nobody's buying this stuff right now. Nobody's trading. Like, the prices are all down. Look how low puppets are, man. 0.2. They were even lower earlier this week. They're at like 0.17. The only thing I'm not trading runes either. The only thing I'm doing on this platform is I'm getting points by lending. I'm lending Bitcoin out against people's NFTs, and I had 3 liquidations happen. I'm collecting them as trophies, dude. 3 Wizard of Ords liquidated. I loaned 0.016, and the floor last I checked was now it's at 0.02. So I made 0.004 per wizard. So 3 people defaulted on me. So I've just been doing this and getting points. How many points do I have? I have 142,000 points. I saw estimates where they think it's going to be, if the market cap is 50 mil, it would be a dollar per 30 points. So I would get like, what is that? Like 5K, or I don't know what. Yeah, I have some loans out. This is the only thing I've really been doing on ordinals. I still talk to projects. Like, I'm interested in it and all. I really hope this guy gets liquidated, dude. I loaned this for 0.43, a green eyes. Look at this beauty, dude. A hoodie for 0.43 green eyes. This would be such a steal. This thing's worth like 0.7, 0.8. More? Where did I lose the page?
That would be sick.
Yeah, so I hope I'm hoping on somebody's inability to pay back their loan. So I feel kind of mean, but I hope it happens. 12 days left. I had 2 puppets that the guys literally waited till 15 minutes left to pay back their loans. I would have gotten puppets when they're at 0.37 for 0.2, and they waited the last 15 minutes. So I didn't get it. I mean, I'm still making points. I'm still making money doing these loans. I did a ninja too. This one's riskier though. It's 86%. The green eyes is less risky, 75% of the floor. So you want to be careful. You could lose money doing this. You know, if the NFT goes under what you loaned it for, the guy's not going to pay back his loan. He's just going to default on you.
Yeah.
So be careful with newer collections, especially that are really volatile. But this is the only thing. How do you feel about ordinals?
I feel like now is a good time to grab them.
Accumulate? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have 2 OMBs. I'm just going to hold those. I don't want to put any more Bitcoin, because like 2 OMBs is like 50 to 60K right now.
Yeah.
Floor. I just don't want to have that much like locked into NFTs. I mean, they're NFTs like at the end of the day. So that's kind of like how I think about it. But like, I do see OMB. I do see node monkeys. Like, I see all these going on a run again. I don't think that they just die here. I think runes are dead.
Agreed.
For sure. I think
runes are dead.
Yes, I
I
don't
hope
think.
not. I didn't sell any of my airdrops, dude. This one was worth like 5K when it first came out, or decentralized, and I didn't sell, and it's currently worth 1,800.
Now I know Chris Coffee out there is gonna say something to me about this and whatever, but dude, runes are just there. Like the thing is this is just it's just like BRC20s. Like that's the thing. It's no different. People already like there was the hype run on those, and then they died and nobody wanted them. It's the same thing here, and there's so many of them, and they don't do anything. And it's like meme coins on Bitcoin. It's like, dude, like people aren't trading like meme coins on ETH. You know, like so why like I don't know, it's just it's clunky, there's not instant liquidity, it's just like an NFT. I'm not like a fan of runes anymore.
I guess, but they have Casey behind them, so that's part of the narrative. And I think a lot more people push it harder than BRC20s. Fahad saying perfect time to accumulate both ruins and ordinals if you have some conviction. I agree. Great time to be buying. I was talking more about upcoming projects when I said I'm not really interested. Are runes stones a buy right now? Rune stones worth holding? I don't know. Not financial advice. I'm still holding mine, but I got it for free, right? But last I saw, they were like at 0.01 or less, and they're gonna have 2 more airdrops. You got to ask yourself, do you believe runes are gonna come back? And if so, I mean, he's gonna do 2 more. But his first one, Doggo to the Moon. What's the market cap right now? The market cap is 250 million. So if he releases the second one, it's it's not going to be in the top 10, right? It's going to most likely be less than this. So it's not as bullish, but yeah, I'm not really buying. I would buy like a puppet or something just because I literally want one. But then Fahad here saying runes will have ruins. Yeah, whatever. Ruins. Too bad. I'm saying it how I want. We'll have a comeback if ordinals do for sure. I agree. I do think there's going to be a swing. It comes back. When
I don't
Bitcoin goes
disagree.
crazy, ordinals and runes are going to go crazy. I thought you said runes are dead. Now you're saying you don't disagree.
I don't know. The thing is like I don't disagree that there will be a run. Like I feel like they could have
So
a
they're not
run.
dead.
Well, this is the way that I view it is I would rather put my money into literally everything else, anything else, honestly. So while I think that they could run, it's 100% not worth the risk.
Yeah, I mean, it's opportunity cost, right?
Right.
Rick Star saying here, I bought Blur when ETH was at 1.5K for 65 cents. Now ETH is at 3.1 and Blur is at 37 cents. What an L. Have my ETH locked in these Ponzi's is actually a killer when crypto pumps. Yeah, dude, it's always opportunity cost.
We were
Opportunity
talking about
cost.
that.
Yeah, that's also when a lot of these investment rounds, like they want us to put in our money. At the end of the day, dude, it's what's the opportunity cost? Like, okay, I'm giving you, yeah, this sounds like a good investment, but your TGE is only like 8 months from now. By then, you know, my Solana, I'm probably gonna have to sell Ether Solana to go into this round because I don't have many stables, unfortunately. What's Solana gonna be worth? Is Solana gonna have 2x, 3x by the time you're waiting to launch your token, and then they launch their token and it underperforms? Like, not only did you underperform on the token, you missed out on the pump of crypto, which we all have confidence that it's going to pump. Runestone. A lot of people saying Runestones is a buy right now. DJ saying it. He also said in Gorilla Labs, Runestones is a buy. Kekio saying I agree with Ash. Runes whack.
Yes.
Like
I
a
knew I
bum
wasn't
crack.
alone.
Bodega's loving this emoji right now. He's in my DMs too. He said, tell in my DMs, he said, tell Ash to stop talking about runes. He's fudding my bags.
I took like a $10,000 loss on runes. So I think you can imagine why I say the things that I say about them. If they had gone up, then it would have been great tech.
Yeah, you'd be like, dude, runes are the future. Dump your ETH. I also agree that runes are dead. Doggo to the Moon, I think, did not meet the expectations. It could have different, but it was currently sitting at 1 billion money. But if it was currently sitting, yeah. I think part of the problem is we had the pre-ruins, right? We had all these ordinals that gave you access, and those pumped, dude. The free airdrop for runestones pumped to 0.1. Rune pups went from 0.01 to 0.2. like everything pre-pumped.
The pre-ruins
Yeah,
that
it
there
got
were.
ruined. Are you still bullish on Saku monsters, dude? I'm still playing. I've been debating collecting more monsters. I'm waiting for them to announce the next series of eggs to see what happens with the prices. If there's a nice dip on the next series of eggs, I would buy them because you get a lot more tokens for having multiple unique monsters. So I'm waiting for that dip with the next batch of tokens, and then I'll grab more. But yeah, I like their new game better than the original game where you run. I like the monsters. I'm good at that game. I won a massive SpongeBob at a carnival once I beat like 10 adults. I was so proud at playing the whack-a-mole game. Gorilla, Ash, Somo, please say something. I mean, dude, the hype's not there for. I'm more like, look, I'm not trying to dunk on Somo. I'm more bullish on Pixelmon than I am right now on Somo. Somo, their marketing right now is they're just posting a bunch of trailers, which isn't going to do anything. But I think
The trailers
Somo's
are cool.
they are agreed, but
There's just no new info, like as of right now. So like I like the content, but it's like we can't really give like any sort of update when there's really not much different than what we already know.
my only issue that I've brought this up a couple times, I'm pretty sure I told the team, is I'm starting like I recognize this character on the left. This guy on the left, I recognize him, but I don't know his name. And like I think that's what they need. Like in Saku Monsters, not that I recognize, more characters in Saku Monsters, but I think the fact that they have this Pokemon this Pokemon vibe going for them, especially with their website. I think that helps them a lot because it's very nostalgic for a lot of people. When you jump in the 3D world, it does get harder unless your game looks dope, which their game looks really cool. But the one issue I have here versus Pixelmon, I don't know any monster names except for Kevin. That thing that happened with Kevin was actually a blessing in disguise for them because they have that one character that literally everybody knows, even if they don't know like Pixelmon that well. All Web3 people know Kevin, right? It's a meme. Even people out, like I'm pretty sure CoffeeZilla covered Pixelmon and he spoke about Kevin, right? Versus
Yeah.
here, I don't know these characters' names. There's nothing I identify with. I just know this white dude because it's like the main guy they always show, but I don't know his name. So I feel they need to build that connection with people a little bit more where you recognize the characters. And granted, I haven't been doing their farming. They have these pack openings in their questing. If you're doing airdrops farms, I would be doing their questing. They're doing it through the Crystal dashboard, which was the portal one, which paid really well for farmers. That one paid super well. So there they have pack openings. So I'm sure they have the monster names and people are becoming more familiar. But that's I feel they need to get people a bit more involved in the brand, like deeper into the brand where they recognize things. Kind of like everybody knows Pikachu, everybody knows Kevin. That's what you need. Everybody knows Blue Eyes White Dragon or Dark Magician from Yu-Gi-Oh! There's always like these main characters that stand out in an IP, and that's what you need. And I feel that's what they need, where we know this guy's name. And he's like the character you relate to. Everybody knows Kevin. I hate to fill my feed with thought. That's why I don't do most of them. The best thing to do is just have a burner that does it if you have enough followers on that burner account. But I agree. That's why I don't do most of them. The benefit with a lot of these is you don't actually have to do the retweets. They don't check. You just click and wait on a lot of these platforms because they don't want to pay the Twitter API fees. So you literally just click, retweet, or visit or whatever, and you don't actually have to do the task, and it completes. That's what I've been doing, dude. I think the only ones I think Memeland is one of the only ones who actually check if you've done the stuff. Like if you changed your name, Pixelmon's doing that for the name too. I haven't put the Mon in my name, and they actually check is it in your name. So that kind of stuff you can't get away with. But the rest on all these platforms, it's so easy to just click a button and you're fake farming. Yeah. Everybody knows King Baldwin. Yeah. Got to do the meme. Cool, dude. I think that's it. I don't think there's anything left on our sheet here. So great show. Thank you everybody for joining every single Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern. Appreciate everybody for joining. We'll be here every Friday. I'm ranting with the end. Thank you for joining. I'm going to click the end button, and it always takes a couple seconds to end the stream. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you.